Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from our quick break here. Remember, we have 8 more matches today, so don't go anywhere. You just got a little bit of Jita Cam there, which I hope you've all enjoyed. It's always fun to see people trying to put on a show. I know Hun Reloaded actually spelled Hun in effects the other day. It was very, very nice. We are back. We have changed our guest lineup. Kill2, how are you today?
Great.
Did you enjoy commenting on the first half of the tournament?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The matches are getting really good, and Darius is pretty comical.
Yes, indeed he is. Brianna, welcome to the studio as well.
Thank you.
Are you excited about this second batch of matches we have?
Yes, definitely. And as Kill2 said, the first few matches were absolutely wonderful. We've seen a lot of ships explode, expensive ships explode, so the second half should be really good as well.
Yep, and you are from Atlas Alliance. Mm-hmm. They have the last match of the day. Mm-hmm. That should be exciting. Mm-hmm. We have a new dev guest, CCP4P. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
You have an interesting new job that we will be talking a little bit about afterwards. It involves some people running around and shooting each other.
Yes, it does.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about that. In a second, we need to go to Stevie SG, who has the new pair of commentators for the second half of the tournament. Let's go see what they have there.
Yes, hello and welcome to the commentary booth. I am CCP Stevie SG, and I'm here with the commentators for the second half of the second day of day one, actually. And who do I have? I have a veteran commentator, Verone. How are you doing, sir?
I am wonderful. Good to be back in the commentary box.
And I have Angel Han. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Have we enjoyed the matches so far this morning?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Good. Well, if you want to talk to these boys, I am your liaison, if you will. You can go to the forums at eveonline.com. There is a thread which says questions for the commentators. And if you want to send these guys a limerick or a poem or a question about the matches, you can, and I'll get it through to them. We also have EVE Online Facebook and Twitter, so you can keep in touch with us at all times during the tournament weekend. And we have a post your rig sort of thread, which means if you're watching the tournament on a big wide screen, or you have a lot of friends around for a party, which I believe the Veto boys do.
Yes, there's a big group of our guys in the States, so say hello to all those guys out in Nashville, Tennessee. They've all gathered around to have some fun and watch a tournament, so hopefully they'll be having fun.
Yeah, so post your pics if you are having people around or if you've got a really interesting setup to watch the tournament. We also have a PCU competition, which we ran last year, which was very popular, which means you have to guess how many people we're going to have on the server on the Sunday the 20th of June. This is the PCU competition sponsored by NVIDIA, Bigfoot Networks and Eon Magazine, and this contest is open. All you've got to do is send an email to ccppcucomp with only the 5-digit number you guess as the peak in the subject, so there's an example there. And it's only 1 entry per character, which will be checked, and the closest 2 guesses without going over will win. And if there are more than 2 valid entries, then the earliest ones will win. Now, the winner, this has been updated since this morning because we have even more stuff to give away. The winner gets 1 NVIDIA GTX graphics card, which is really, really lovely. 1 Bigfoot Networks brilliant card, and issues 1 to 20 of Eon Magazine, which is a brilliant magazine. And then the second closest guest gets 1 NVIDIA graphics card too. Verone, you've written for Eon Magazine quite a lot, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I'm a bit of a slave who lives in the Eon dungeon kind of thing. I write for them a hell of a lot, and it's good fun. There's some, I mean, the magazine itself's like really glossy, high quality. There's a lot of content in it. All of it obviously is irrelevant, and it's just really well put together.
Okay, well, if you're up for winning that, then I suggest you get guessing. We kind of smashed the PCU 2 weeks ago during our qualifiers, so we have no idea what it's going to be like tomorrow. But your guess is as good as mine. What are we thinking, Angel Han?
I'm hoping for 75,000.
That would be pretty cool,
That would be amazing.
That would be awesome. So you can join us on the forums. You can enter our competition. You can join us on IRC at coldfront.net. We're in the EVE-Online channel, and there are people in there that are willing to talk about the tournament and any of the matches that we've had. Have we enjoyed the matches so far?
Oh, there's been some awesome matches. There's been some really close calls because some of the teams are really well matched, but it's just been exactly what we expect from an awesome tournament final.
As Brianna said, we did lose some very expensive ships in the first half, but people haven't been tuning in. What's been going on?
Well, we've seen some excellent matches from the likes of Volta Capella, CVA, and from Voltron, and especially from Circle of Two. Major surprise, though, Agony Empire coming out on top.
Absolutely.
Props to them because that's the first 6 ship setup that's won, and they didn't lose a ship. they did a fantastic job on the field. It was a really clever flying by them.
Yeah, well, I think with that we should probably hand it back to Soundwave and the guys in the studio. Over to you.
Thanks, guys. Remember all those competitions Stevie was talking about? Graphics card, networks card, eons, all that stuff. And I will also exclusively on air tomorrow reveal the secret of the ice cube that hit the bottom. So if you are sitting at home like physics and you're wondering just how that happened, stay tuned until tomorrow. But before I reveal all those amazing secrets about science, let's go back to talking about spaceships.
Perfect.
Kill 2. Let me grab my favorite chip, the Curse.
Okay.
We don't see people bring 3 of them to every match, but we see a lot of good teams bring 1. Why do they bring the ship, like just one of them? Yeah.
I mean, it's a really valuable ship against a lot of the setups we're seeing for multiple reasons. Like you always like to talk about, it's a dynamic ship. It does a lot of different things, which is why it's so good. But primarily, I think it's playing that neutralization role, shutting down logistics ships, which is extremely important. It's really potent for tracking disruption too, which is really good. But I don't think that usually is the primary role it's playing. Usually it's there because of the neutralizers. It's there because it breaks up tanks. And yeah, occasionally it's part of cap transfer or even bait, and it does have a little bit of damage, but I think that neutralization role is the big thing.
Brianna, I mentioned before you're part of Atlas Alliance, who have the last match of today's Alliance tournament. How closely, like when your team is fighting, how closely have you been monitoring them this tournament? Are you following their team? Do you know who's playing, their tactics, all that stuff, or have you just kept a little bit away from it?
So when Atlas actually prepared their teams for the tournament, they've actually kept it a secret from most of the the grunts of the alliance. So, but I do have access to a few people who are from my corp and who have very high skill points, and they are actually invited to the tournament. They have over 100 million skill points usually, and they're flying. They have this budget of some 60, 70 billion for the tournament itself. So I think so far they've been doing a good job, and I wish them best of luck and hope to see them in the finals.
Let's go away from the tournament a little bit. CCP4P, you've been here, I think, for most Alliance tournaments. And we've talked to you, and you've done different things, and we've talked about ships. But you're doing something different and exciting now. What could you tell the viewers a little bit? What's going on?
Right. So I've shifted away from EVE, and I'm working on Dust 514. The new FPS game, if people don't know, the new FPS game that's being developed in Shanghai. And that is, so I'm responsible for the marketing of Dust 514. That's my new role.
So you should actually be wearing the Dust 514 dev shirt.
I should, but it was dirty.
Oh, yeah. And for the people who haven't seen it, it does look a little bit different, and we should probably be seeing 1 or 2 of them at FanFest next year.
Dev shirts.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It'll be exciting.
I actually do have one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, they are pretty, and we have seen them, and we have like the different ones. There's a different one for the other project also. And
Yes.
all the other exciting stuff we can't talk about. But
yes.
That is what you're doing now, and we all look forward to it coming out, and I hope it's going to be a great addition to the EVE universe.
What do you mean you hope?
Well, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It's going to be a great addition to the
I trust you. No, it will be pretty awesome. It will be pretty awesome. Are you still actively PvPing in EVE?
Yes.
So you are flying around, but you're like mostly a low sec kind of guy, right?
I'm actually in 0.0.
Oh.
I don't really, well, I don't really want to fight people that don't want to fight me. I rather want to fight somebody who actually wants to fight.
Okay, so you are looking for good fights. You're not just like ganking innocent miners.
If I have the opportunity, I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look for good fights.
Okay, okay. So there is a little bit of honor left in CCP at least.
There's a lot of honor left in CCP.
Yeah, there probably is. It's probably just me, actually.
Yeah, it probably is just you.
It's probably just me viciously avoiding good fights.
Just going for the loot.
Yeah. Yes, pretty much. Yeah, I'm actually one of those people that fit salvagers on fleet ships.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I'm that guy. But, I mean, aside from me being the terrible guy in the fleets, we have a pretty strong schedule coming up here. Kill 2, what's going to be the fight of the night?
Dang. It's hard to say. I'm really excited about Dystopia, actually. In the past, I've always thought they were kind of, I think T-Rex sort of has a tendency to think himself into trouble. Like last year especially kind of got a little too weird. But this year he's gone the right direction with his weird and brought all those Blaster Caldari ships last time. So now I'm excited. I'm hoping to see more out of the box type stuff. I mean, Pandemic Legion is probably going to be the most important match in the second half in a way because I think they're tournament favorites. But they're not favorites. Hydra is the favorite. But they're second place favorites.
Oh, that's fighting words.
Yeah, let's fight.
PL are the second best team in the tournament.
I think they're a strong favorite for second.
Wow, that's harsh. Brianna, how about you?
I think there's a lot of strong teams in the second half. I'm gonna root for Atlas, although like there are a lot of like really good teams out there, like Darkside, like Kill2 said, Dystopia and PL are really strong opponents. So those two matches should be really good as well. I'm looking forward to those two. See what they do.
Do you agree with Kill2 that Pandemic Legion are the second best team in the tournament?
Well, they did win an Alliance tournament, and they're very well known for using small gang warfare in Tranquility. I would say, I'm not going to take sides or anything. They are pretty good and made the best team win.
That's a very nice and diplomatic answer for this. Second best team of the tournament.
I don't know. I'm excited. I think that this has been an awesome tournament because it's one of the first ones, I think, in a while that's had several potential first place teams. We have at least 4 teams. I wouldn't be shocked if Voltron won, or if Pandemic Legion won, or if
that's what I was about to say. Also, I think there are three teams that are on equal level that are pretty much.
I think equal is generous.
Well,
but they're close.
They're close.
Yes.
There are 3 teams that could definitely win it this year. Every team could obviously, but there are 3 favorites, I'd say, and I think Hydra and Voltron and the Pandemic Legion are definitely the 3 guys to beat.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I hope I offend no one by saying that.
I hope I offend a bunch of people.
Okay. 4P, you've been with the Alliance tournament pretty much since, as I said, we started. Could you imagine that we had the same thing for Dust when that comes out?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. I mean, I'm looking so forward to seeing the Alliance tournament actually, bring in the Dust players, and that's just going to add so much more to this awesome tournament.
So we'll have Kill2 talking about people making headshots and driving around in tanks and everything.
Yeah, don't forget, we're going to have the same alliances in Dust as we're going to have, well, possibly the same alliances in Dust as we're going to have in EVE. So they're going to be fighting for the same group of people.
I don't know what you're allowed to answer, but can I make people do things in Dust from my spaceship? Can I make them have an Alliance tournament that I don't have to participate in?
Grunt, have an Alliance tournament on my behalf.
Shoot each other in the head.
Okay, guys.
Well, I think you can get them to do as much as you can get people in EVE to do, right? So it's all about the same energy that's going on there, that's going to be going on, and is going on in EVE. So same social interactions and such.
Cool.
Before I get in trouble, let's move on.
Okay.
We have the Wrong Alliance versus Majesta Empire coming up. Let's just get a quick round of guesses.
Wrong Alliance.
Majesta Empire.
Oh my god. I guess the Wrong Alliance. I saw one fight with them. They performed pretty well.
They did really, really well. I think I'm going to put my money on the Wrong Alliance as well. Let's see who takes it.